I went into my stash of Palo and discovered that about half of it is missing. And whoever took it, oh, they don't know that I know who it is. Nevertheless, beloveds, that is not the topic of this session. And we're getting by regardless. In this session, we are going to go into the Rose Oracle for some need to know intel from our higher selves. Angels, ancestors, and ascended master selves coming through with the Rose Oracle. The majority of this session will be formal, more like storytelling with the guidebook. When an intuitive drop comes in, I will be sure to share that intuitive interpretation as well. Before we get started, I'm going to say an invocation to our Creator for abundance, protection, and divine blessings. O infinite Creator, source of all that is, was, and will ever be, I stand in your divine authority, commanding in alignment with your perfect will. By the power of the divine law, I now open our lives to abundant security, stability, and protection. No weapons formed against us shall prosper. Every curse, every evil eye, every ill wish, every ill will, every case, cause, concern, conflict, or confrontation of a negative fashion dissolves into nothingness by the radiance of your light. We command true prosperity to flow into our lives. Prosperity that nourishes our souls, sustains our bodies, and blesses all who walk with us. Wealth and resources are now aligned to our highest favor and highest purpose. I command, and we command, good fortune to follow us in all things. Doors of opportunity opening before us effortlessly, and every step we take is guided by divine will. We call forth true love, divinely ordained, harmonious, and eternal. Our hearts and souls are aligned to receive and give love in its purest, most sacred form. May our paths be illuminated, our spirits fortified, and our lives a testament to the boundless grace of the Creator. So it is, so it is, so it is, and so it shall be. 353 on the timer. Interesting mirroring number. Moving along. One more shuffle. Whatever it is that we as the collective are meant to hear at this time. The intel from our A-team. The intel from our A-team. One more pass. One more full pass. And whatever comes out will be the message, however long it takes to deliver. And there we have it. Before we go into the cards, take a look at the bottom and what's already in our environment, already in our orbit, known or unbeknownst to us at this time. We have codes of the seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. It's time. Our mission, our soul's mission, is being disclosed by the way of these codes. A fresh start with the morning dew, clarity, and a positive outlook. I'm hearing one more from the environment that's already in our orbit. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, and grounded action. We will come back to these 3 cards towards the end, and that will be our wrap-up. For now, ooh. And as the significator of this message, we have Sophia. Divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. And this is where we begin. The cards are facing you as though I am delivering a personal message. Beginning with Sophia. Blessed Sophia, the feminine Christ. The feminine Christ. $124. The transmission for this card is: I trust in the divine plan, activate the intelligence within my cells, and unlock and act on my most expansive destiny now. Confirming what I was just saying about our soul's mission. The next one being disclosed. Let's see what more the feminine Christos has to say. Sophia, Greek meaning wisdom, thought to have been a force present at the time of creation, and often presented as a woman. This turns our patriarchal understanding of a sole male God responsible for creation on its head. In the Bible book of Proverbs, Sophia says, I was present at the beginning of creation, participating at the side of the Lord in the work of creation. Many scholars and art historians believe that the female figure beside God is in Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling is a representation of Sophia. The philosopher Rudolf Steiner believes that the ancient Egyptian mother goddess Isis was an incarnation of her. That's how I used to introduce myself. People, when I was a little girl, when I could only speak in like single syllable words. When I was mute. We'll just put it that way. And by some miracle, that changed. And ever since then, I work daily on improving my communication and my speech, but not just from a mundane perspective, but as a whole, the entire triune being improved, aiming for that optimal, aiming for that greatest, best version of ourselves, always. With grace and care, along with that wisdom. The galaxy overlapping the spiral of the rose is a mystical representation of Sophia as holder of the divine plan. The intelligence that tells the rose when to open and the planet how to spin also exists within you. This card brings with it a message to trust the intelligence that brought you here. Have faith that the blueprint of your destiny is already known. What secret dreams do you have? What are you being called to say yes to create? Sophia embraces the cosmos. She holds the blueprint of creation. No person or thing is left out. I'm going to repeat that again for the arrogant, narcissistic ones who think that they're the only ones who can be Spirit's sweetheart, the only ones who can light up a room, the only ones that can be the main gal or the main guy in any location. No person or thing is left out. Call upon her to guide you. Rest in the intelligence that exists within yourselves. Trust that you know what to do. Trust the blueprint within. Allow the seeds of your destiny to guide you. So it is. Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight. Mysteries, learning, and teaching. Sub Rosa translates to under the rose. Under the rose. The rest of the stack of cards is now under Sub Rosa. Go figure. Yes, let's talk about it. Happening in plain sight. Sub Rosa. 126. Something significant about the number 2 in this session, which I translate to the number representing sacred unions. What are you being called to study, learn more about, or unearth? It was understood that things said under the rose would be kept secret and not repeated. There's also an image of the ancient god Horus sitting with a rose. Interesting. Holding his fingers to his lips, symbolizing silence about the deep mysteries. Having its origins in ancient Greece, a secret negotiation took place in a building attached to the temple of Minerva, which is seen on this card. The building behind this beautiful woman. On the building's roof was a rose garden, hence sub rosa. Another otherworldly theory of the phrase's origin is linked to Eros, who is said to have bribed Harpocrates, the Greek god of silence and secrecy, with a rose to persuade him to remain silent on the affairs of the gods. See, we don't care about the affairs of the quote-unquote gods because they are not God. They are not the ultimate creator, but they masqueraded as such. However, we can peer into the archetypes and aspects of these beings, these human hybrids and angelic fallen races posing as gods, fooling the masses until they don't. The great mysteries that are available for us to uncover and remember, secrets that are waiting to be found, teachings that our soul might be ready to learn. Look beyond what your eyes can see and dig a little deeper. You're here to uncover lost wisdom, ancient secrets, and deep mysteries. Are you being called to study the great mysteries, to live the great questions, and step into your role as a teacher, guide, or mystic? Are you being called to question things and unearth the truths unknown? Mission accepted. Next up, we have the grandmothers. Remember your roots, perspective, and trust the weavings. As a student teacher, we're being guided to trust our intuitions, trust those seed codes coming in. But also, as we grow and expand, broadening our perspectives, we're being guided to never forget where we started, never forget where we came from, and giving reverence to our ancestors. So our ancestors, as this is part of the A-team, are reminding us to always keep them close to our heart and never forget. If we do forget, I'm here to testify that there will be a remembering. A regeneration. The grandmothers reminding us to again give reverence, reaching all the way back to go forward. I call upon the sacred strength and support of my ancestors who did not forget to be with me now. I acknowledge the difficulties and what's coming up to be healed. And I do so for all who are yet to come. To remain grounded and rooted in our lives so that no matter how rocky things get, we always know that we are home. We're being called to remember the wisdom of our ancestry, long before colonialism severed so much that's sacred, before the rise and fall of empires and entire civilizations, all the way back to the origins of humanity. Calling to us to play our part in this time of healing, to continue to heal and integrate what we've inherited in our ancestral line. It's not personal. These are changing, healing times that we came here for. To reach all the way back and see our role as the ancestors of those who are yet to come. Beautiful. Coming in next, we have Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. This is confirmation of the message that just came from the grandmothers. Mother Rose. Mother Rose. $94. The transmission for this card is, Mother Rose, please show us how to find our way back to you, the earth, and each other. Please help me to acknowledge what's difficult for me, and may my heart be filled with compassion for all. Which relationships are difficult for you now? Who has hurt you? How can you soften and express your truth without being defensive? How can you open yourself up to the possibility that two truths can exist at once? To realize that it's possible for two people to have a different experience at the same time, and that both can be true. Returning to union by facing what's been broken, separated, and severed. To realize that we're all human, and while harm has been done, what's needed now is for us to acknowledge what's happened and endeavor to find a way to return to each other. We're all connects and unites. We're living in a time of great division, learning and unlearning, and we're together to mend the thread of humanity. The Mystic Rose. The Mystic Rose. Next page. Interesting. And this comes with a soul inquiry. Again, there's more about compassion. How are you being called to show compassion today? This card is of compassion, devotion, and grace. It encourages us to soften towards humanity and to endeavor to see the world and even those who have hurt us with understanding, an open heart, and deep humility. To see that we all carry hurt and are wounded. We have all experienced severing. Mother Mary is inviting us to open our heart to humanity when we most want to close. connected with the rose and seen in some of her titles, including Rosa Mystica and the Rose Without Thorns. Like those of the pagan goddesses before her, the processions that honored Mary involved walking on rose petals. This was eventually incorporated into matrimony, as we know, but was altered by the church, including any feminine Christ that featured roses, like Aphrodite, putting Mary in their place. Either way, the archetype and aspects of the mystic rose encourage compassion, devotion, and grace, as well as humility with humanity. Now that song, We Are the World, just popped in my head. Because right before that, I literally could hear the voice of a male in particular saying something about the ultra spiritual, here to change the world. Woo, 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 woo. But then that song, We Are the World, just came in. So if they don't want to change, that's their prerogative. That's their prerogative. It is as it is. We are the world. Therefore, we are here to change the world. By changing ourselves, by working on ourselves, not trying to change others. Not rearranging word salads to make it sound just a little bit different, so that the narcissists always have material. Regurgitated word salads. Regurgitated word salads. Let's talk about the bloom. Creation realized, right time, harvest, and celebrate. The bloom. It has just been placed on my heart before I go into the book that the bloom is not the end. Because there is still a shedding that occurs. And that shedding is that gift from one part of nature to the other. To improve the quality of the soil, which in turn improves the quality of the rose in all phases and stages of its development, and not just the bloom. There is more to us than just the bloom. Let's talk about it. Page 60. And the transmission for this card is, I let the blooming happen. I resist the urge to hold back. I celebrate all that I've created and enjoy my moment of blooming completely and fully. This card is all about reaping the reward for what we've created. Dreams manifested into matter as our dreams are coming true. A confirmation that we're currently in the bloom phase of the cycle of growth, or that we are about to be. The bloom is where we're at our fullest. The sun is shining, things are bountiful, and we're at our most expansive. The deep roots of our dreams have been realized. We're blooming. We've made it to where we long to be. We're likely visible and out in the world. Life is often adventurous, energetic, positive, and good. And the card comes with a message to embrace and enjoy this moment. Celebrate what we've created. Enjoy what has come to us. Revel in it. Bask in the beauty. Drink in the nectar. And be nourished by the sweet scent of what's now in the physical. Enjoy the harvest. Stop and smell the roses of your life. Life is cyclical and the bloom won't be at its fullest forever. Our work through the seasons of our life has brought us to this point. Let it be what's in its fullest, and when the time comes to return the petals to the earth, we'll know when that is, and do that too. Interesting how I was just saying about the shedding and returning it to the earth so that the soil could in turn create a more nutrient dense environment for the rose. All right, now we're going to go into what we were saving for the wrap up. Planting yourself here, codes of the seeds and the morning dew. Beginning with codes of the seeds. The blueprint within you, take the next step. Codes of the seeds. The inquiry with this card instead of a transmission is, what's your soul calling you to do? What's one baby step you can take? This card delivers the message that within you, you have all you need to create what you're destined to create, to move through everything that life delivers and to navigate your way through any terrain. The blueprint has always been seated within. Trust that you have within you the codes for the most glorious rose garden waiting to bud and bloom. Trust those codes. Remember that blueprint. All you need to do now is take the next step, and tomorrow take the next. If you continue taking baby steps each day on a day not too far from today, you'll look back and discover that the most breathtaking garden of roses is all around you. And then fruit will follow. The rose hip is the fruit. Today, just take the next step. You know what to do. The blueprint is encoded in you. Plant yourself. Integration, embodiment, and grounded action. And there is also an inquiry with this card. Can you commit more to your life? Invite your soul to come all the way in, from your knees to your nose, your cheeks to your toes. Fully embody your life. Drop the defensive walls. Let your soul land and occupy each and every cell. Anchor all parts of you into the here and now. Life is here even when death is here. Birth isn't possible without it, and you came here to birth this world anew. Don't you remember? Fully commit to living this life. Put your 2 feet and your ancient soul wholly and completely in. This is the card of the one who's committed to being the bridge between heaven and earth. Rather, they are a weaver of worlds, here to embody their soul more and more with each new day, here to weave the sacred back into everyday life. An invitation to commit more fully to our life as a soul, having a human experience. Inviting our soul to grow roots that reach deep so that we can grow tall. Committing our commit to our humanity and our expansion at once. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can I even reach for it? Yes, I can. During this burning session, it also includes when I went out and did a full-scale clearing, purification, and blessing around the property and the home. At the tail end, the little bit of cedar that I added burned white, and it stands out from the rest. That is not a metaphor for anything to do with humanity being white or any part of humanity being white. What it is saying is that as this has burned down, some of the white ash actually came from the pallow as well as the cedar. There's more. Oh, this time I got a little bit of the darker ash as well. You see the darker? See the difference between the regular ash and the white? You see the difference? Hold on. Darker, lighter. All this is signifying is that the clearing, the purifying and blessing is affirmed. It has been granted, including any names that have been denounced from this dwelling, this property, and this home. And I was specific. Very specific. Extremely specific. Planting yourself here. Okay, now moving along, we have the morning dew. Clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook. Beautiful. Morning dew. Morning dew, page 92. It rhymes. Cute. The morning dew is on page 92. You can't see. There is a transmission with this card. I am open to receiving the potent clarity and shifts of the morning dew. I open to seeing this situation with new eyes. I have been lucky enough to meet the morning dew and was mindful to wear pink. The feminine and masculine hue that invokes that clearing, purification, and blessing. It is done, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Beautiful. There's a special moment when the day is new and the sun is still young, when we too are given the opportunity to begin again. Oh yes. I reset everything. Myself, my home, this dwelling, this property. Blessed, purified, protected, always, in always. So it is, so it is, so it is. Ooh, 444 on the timer. The significance of those twos has doubled, doubled, doubled. 4 hour, trouble, trouble, trouble. Yes. Double for our trouble. and a new perspective is suddenly here. The morning dew welcomes us with the grace of a fresh start, and as the moisture gathers on the rose, it invites us to see things clearly, sometimes in a whole new way than we did the previous day. Yeah, today I put my foot down and I fear no one. Nobody here is dealing with fear cultivated by anyone or anything or any being, seen and unseen. Their jig is up. Their jig is up. Yes, clarity. Healers from all corners of the earth believe in the incredible healing quality of the morning dew. They believe it possesses the same healing properties as the plants themselves, with the dew capturing their essence in clear potency. Practices such as walking barefoot on the morning dew, drinking from the petals of flowers, and placing dew on the body are thought to bring about powerful shifts in healing. If we're lucky enough to meet the morning in this way, we too may be blessed by the special healing liquid that carries the secret essence of both the earth and the entire universe within it, the morning dew. Bringing the message that clarity is on its way, a new start and a change of perspective are possible. Shifts are coming. The future is looking renewed, hopeful, positive, and bright. Keep focusing on your ideal outcome and trust in the presence of the potential morning dew. And there it is. That concludes what our A-team had for us this morning, this day, this afternoon, evening, and rest. And with that, may you be blessed with all the best. That's a wrap. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in, beloved. And when I say beloved, sir, ma'am, it is not a scam. With much gratitude and appreciation, from my heart chakra to yours, brightest of blessings.